What is up YouTube, it's Kingfisher745, and this is essentially going to be my goodbye video to MAA. This video is most likely going to be posted shortly after the game's officially closed. I do want to get those final moments, you know, what they say after 3 AM here. But just to start this final video, I'm just going to try to take you through my journey and just try to give a proper send-off to the game we all loved. As far as some of the video I'm going to use, some of this may look familiar. It's been in other videos, of course, and you may recognize a lot of it from the channel trailer. I started making videos on this game on November 13th, 2012. The video was essentially me unlocking Ghost Rider. That was my very first Spec Op character. After that, I really got hooked with playing and also with making videos on the game. So of course I started my first series, which was the Adamantium process. That original series was always near and dear to my heart. It just kind of summed up one of the main reasons I started the channel, why I kept it going. And I think that original idea is what ended up leading me here, and why I've gotten so many thank yous and just positive words from people saying how I've helped them. The main reason for that first series was to help other people just accomplish things in the game, like reaching the Adamantium League maybe for the first time. Then of course all these other team building series followed. Then my second series was basically Team Spotlight. And I don't know who remembers this old intro, but this was even older than the one that a lot of people think is the classic intro. It was my first attempt at animating an intro for myself. Not too flashy, but I really did like the concept at least. And you know, I also love the idea of Team Spotlight. You know, spotlighting a team that maybe a lot of people didn't think about. One that would have a theme, but also could be usable in PvE or PvP. And that first team name was Phaser Tag. I know, it was kind of weird, I even thought so at the time, but the concept still was pretty legit. It was about a fully phased team. And there weren't that many options at that time either. So of course I tried to give the full run through, and then I showed that team off in a battle. Those were the good old days. I was only a level 202 myself. And the other thing that's special about this team to me is it reminds me of the very first team I won Adamantium with. So talk about another event that locked me into this game for good, and into making videos on the game as well. When I first was able to achieve Cable. Now since I was able to get Adamantium League, and I wasn't nearly on the highest level as far as tiers of agents. I didn't even have the greatest armory, or nearly as many heroes as a lot of other agents. But during that season, I utilized the Sinister Scepter and Phase to win. What I did was I applied damage over time effects. Then I had the Sinister Scepter, and that caused me to go phased, or in astral form. And lastly, I had the Signpost, which allowed me to slowly drain my enemies while staying phased. I found out that for that second season, there really wasn't any threat to a phased character. And just by playing that slow game, I was able to beat some crazy agents. I actually got to a really high rank that season. And like I said, I wasn't nearly on the top level as far as agents. So that's kind of the point that I really thought, you know what, I can make some videos, some really helpful ones. And I think I can help other people get to Adamantium as well. As far as me just starting out playing, I was kind of thinking about that a little more closely, you know, in the remaining week or so that was left. And I actually do remember kind of getting in for Emma Frost's Spec Op. I know that I didn't get hooked right then. I mean, don't get me wrong, I wanted to play. But I was actually deactivating my main Facebook page. Then shortly after that, I started a new Facebook page just to play this game. I thought, you know what, I need to get back into that. So that was right around the Avengers vs. X-Men Spec Op, which I unfortunately didn't complete. Magic, by the way, was basically the only threat to my phased team, or phased agent. Because I actually used Ghost Rider and I believe the brand new modern Doctor Strange costume for that full team. So yeah, my strategy definitely worked really well, and after getting Cable and previously getting Ghost Rider, then Valkyrie, I was so hooked on this game, and it just progressed from there. A lot of what follows is history that many of you know. We had a new Team Spotlight graphic. We had subscriber squads. The All Hail the King segment came about. And one of everyone's favorites, of course, was Poor Man's PvP. The spirit of this series was basically, kind of what I started with. The fact that someone who didn't have everything could still win. And I felt like that held true for a very long time in this game. But eventually, there were some ridiculous characters added, and it definitely got a lot more difficult to build with. But at the very end, it would have been a lot easier because all you would really need is White Tiger. White Tiger and then the Singularity Matrix, Golden Sextant, maybe a Mighty Weapon. You were definitely going to be solid. It went from difficult and a challenge to nearly impossible to the easiest it's ever been, if there would have been another season. But as far as other major achievements in this game, of course I hit level 300 and it did take me quite a bit of time. I certainly wasn't anywhere near the first agents to get this level, but it was one of my proudest moments in the game without a doubt. I've had many more proud moments when playing this game, and of course making videos surrounding it as well. And as many of you know, I did set one last goal for myself. My final goal was to become a Super Spartan. In other words, a level 300 that had all level 15 heroes. So with limited time left, in that final month, I set out to try to train every hero I had to level 15. The other achievement that I've had for a long time and just continue to add on was I did have every single character and every costume in the game. So because of that, I was able to spend the remaining gold to convert to silver, which let me train those last heroes. My final level 15 was Medusa. So there she is. That was all I needed. I did it with a few days remaining, and just to show you, we're going to check out my PvP Hero Armory bonus, or I guess I should just say Hero bonus. And there it is, all level 15s across the board. So I guess you could say this was my final proud moment of the game. There really wasn't a whole lot I needed to do after this, other than make some last videos. And I do have some more footage because there's going to be a few surprises in the weeks to come. That is, if anyone still cares. Speaking of that, that's another thing that was really special about this game. It became something I played every single day. I couldn't even log on without getting on Facebook and getting in this game. It was pretty much running at all times, like I've said before. So I cared about the game, but it also made me care about a lot of different individuals from all around the world. Like I truly became invested in other players' lives. Since it was through Facebook, there was more of a connection there. You saw when someone got married, or when someone had a difficult time. You saw when there was a birthday, or when someone unfortunately had a tragedy in the family. There were even times when we lost one of our own, a fellow agent. One of those was Agent Disco Booty, and he will be missed. Because of the Facebook connection, everyone's statuses in this game and everyone's real life was just intertwined. And it really did add a human component to everything. We dealt with good times and bad times together. Maybe it's not, so severe in the grand scheme of things. And I know it's only a game, but this is definitely one of those bad times. Just thinking of some of those hardships that I've seen, many others go through. And then also combining that with the fact that I know as I'm getting closer to the end of editing this video, it's inevitably going to be the close of the game itself. And once again, all those emotions from the first time when we first saw the announcement, they just seem to be weighing heavily on me. I'm gonna miss it, and to be honest, there's no replacing it. I found some other games that I do enjoy, and I am going to be playing them on the channel. But to be honest, they're none like this. And they're not going to be able to replace it, not fully. So yeah, with this video, I'm more sad than anything this time. But just to try to move past being upset. If you're angry and or sad. I do just want to say, and I think this can come from everyone who played the game. If you at least look down deep. I just want to say thank you to Playdom, and thank you to all the developers. For everyone who had a piece in creating this game. You created something really special. And as far as the game and the community, it really has impacted my life. It has changed it. And so that's something I'll never forget. Alright, well, we are getting close to the end. There's only one thing left for me to do. Yep. I think it's about time we got this done. And that's going to be it. I do want to thank you all for watching over the years, and I hope that you continue to watch, whatever games we end up playing from here on out. I do want to continue just trying to entertain you, trying to help you out, maybe with a new game. And more importantly, I would just love to stay connected with all of you. No matter what, I want to thank you all for everything. And if I don't see or hear from you, I do hope that you'll take care, and I wish you the best. Here we go. I'll see you on the other side, agents.